Mr. Codex class. This is Mrs. Porter, coming to you live from an undisclosed location here in Caroline County. And I'm here to deliver to you the first of my bootleg book talks. I brought home a stack of books to talk to you about today, and so I'm going to start sharing them with you right now. First book is called Rebound by Kwame Alexander, who is the author of The Crossover. You might recognize some of this artwork. In The Crossover, we learned about the twins, the Bell twins, who liked to play basketball, and their dad was their coach. The book Rebound is about their dad, Chuck "the Man" Bell, and his growing up and playing with the Hoop Kings. And this is before, obviously his kids were born. He's a teenager learning to play basketball. The whole book is told in free verse and rap, and some graphic novel pages. So even though it looks like a big, thick book, there's actually not a whole lot of words inside. Great story, though. The second book I brought is The Button War by Avi. This is historical fiction, and it's set back at the beginning of the First World War, which was known as the Great War because they didn't know there would be a World War II, so how could they name it World War I? It came to Poland, invading the cities. The soldiers started coming out into the country, and the boys in this village thought that the war would never get to them. Patrick and Jurek were the two boys who are the main characters in the story. One of them is really, really bold and tries all kinds of risky behavior, and he devises a game where the boys get points for stealing the best buttons off the coats of soldiers. The thing is, soldiers don't really like this, so the boys have to be really sneaky, and they can get in a lot of trouble, deadly trouble, if they get caught. The game escalates and escalates till it finally gets out of control, and because it's wartime, some bad things happen. The next book is Amal Unbound by Aisha Saeed. The main character's name is Amal, and she lives in a village in Pakistan with her family. Things are going pretty well until one day Amal accidentally insults the family of the ruling, people in her town. As a punishment for this, so her family doesn't lose their home, Amal has to go live with them and work for them as an indentured servant, which means she's not getting paid for her work. In fact, she's also told she can never go home again, that she'll never see her family. Amal is desolate. She can't face the fact, being your age, and the thought of never seeing her family again, not being able to go to school, having to work all day, every day, for people she doesn't even know. Once she settles in and gains their trust, she tries to devise a way that she can win them over and have them send her back to her family. Doesn't seem likely. The next book I brought to share with you is actually a preview copy. It's being published this month. Some of you may know that 12 members of a soccer team this summer in Thailand went on a hike and got stranded in a cave by floodwaters. Became sort of a worldwide sensation, was all over the news. This is a book that Marc Aronson wrote about their boys' week in the cave and the efforts to rescue them. This book is filled with primary sources and pictures, really capturing what was going on in the cave, outside the cave, and around the world surrounding this current event. I saved my favorite book for the last. I read this book, Breakout, this summer by Messner. It's really fabulous. It's set in a town in New York. The main character's name is Nora. Summer vacation's coming. She's really looking forward to it. And then 2 inmates escape a maximum security prison near her home. The whole area is on lockdown, and Nora and her friends are really bummed because they think their whole summer vacation is going to be ruined. The only thing they're allowed to do is go from one house to another, so they end up spending their summer time at each other's houses. The cool thing about this book, looks really thick, but the whole thing is told in notes and emails and letters and pictures and newspaper clippings and drawings and diagrams. As Nora and her friends, they try to figure out where these inmates have escaped to and how they can get their summer back. They're watching the story, and as things unfold, the plot takes a twist you will never expect. Breakout. If you are interested in any of these books, please come see me in the Media Center on Friday. Again, Breakout, Rising Water, Amal Unbound, The Button War, and Rebound.